Before we do, just what do you say to some of the AI skeptics who talk about the pace of change being slower than you're anticipating, the incredible demand for energy, the incredible demand for computing power, frankly, the limits of human ingenuity hitting some sort of a wall at some point? Is there any chance that this is going to roll out a lot slower than...
Well, at the moment, they're wrong, and it looks like it's underhyped. The machine that I'm a part of is very good at announcing success before it delivers. Take a look at crypto, right? Crypto was going to take over the entire world. Speaking as a computer scientist, crypto is a great way of moving money around. It is not going to, with layer 2 chains, going to change the way we write programs. The latency doesn't work. All of us understood that, but the people promoting it still got valuations. But the AI stuff is real, right? It really does diffuse across every industry, every platform, and so forth, and it's a fundamental accelerant. Now, for each of the crazy initiatives, so for example, Elon is busy raising another $10 billion for what he's doing, doesn't have a lot of users right now. Most people would bet for Elon. He has a track record of delivering on these things. That's something we could debate. But what you can't debate is that not only is the usage there, I'll give another example. There are 320 million users of ChatGPT, and their revenue is $10 billion-ish. By the way, this product is 2 years old. 2 years old. Yeah. By the way, we should have invented it. Yeah. In fact, it's annoying that the people were at Google and they left to go to OpenAI and they invented it there. So Google has responded with what they claim is a better one, and that's how competition works. Yeah. But all of this has happened in the last year. Yeah. And the next year, the arrival of these agents, broadly speaking, are going to transform everything. And so, for example, you'll have to have an agent orchestrator to determine which agents you use. You're going to have an agent store. You're going to have agent security frameworks. You're going to have all the things that you have for the equivalent of an app store. Plus, they have to be able to talk to each other. And one of the things I will tell you is that the agents will initially talk in English to each other, which is fine, because we can see what they're doing. When the agents on their own decide to come up with their own computer language to talk to each other, unplug them. You won't know what they're doing.
Eric, Miami's a real estate town. Real quick, tell your story about an AI agent building a new house.
No, this one's easy. I happen to like Florida, I happen to like Miami, and I want to build a new house, let's say, over there. So here's what I would do, right? I would say to a human, study the laws, look for some land, and negotiate the prices. Now, each of these is steps. And by the way, when you get the price negotiated, buy it, and then hire an architect and produce some plans, and then hire another contractor. And they're always overrun, so you have to watch them and all this kind of stuff, and eventually pay them and then take 20% away from them because they were late. It's sort of how it works, right? And then there's a big fight. Every one of those things is an agent. So the first agent is identify where we can build a nice house. The second one is analyze all of the overlapping laws, right? Nobody can understand. You take a specialist to explain to you what the rules are about how high-end all of these things. The next one is to generate a design. These computers can generate really beautiful house designs, right?
Get ready.
They can. The cost accounting and all of the planning, that's pretty easy. Selecting a contractor, well, maybe the agent could actually go and call people on its own and get references and listen to them and listen and reason, because remember, these things are beginning to reason. Build the house.